All right, hello and welcome everybody. How's everyone doing today? So good to be here as usual. Please, if you can hear what I am saying, say yes in the chat so that I know that everything's okay. And I can see, what is this? There's a white. There we go. Let me just get that out of the way. Sorry, you guys. Studio problems. But all right, everybody's saying yes in the chat. They can hear me, which is great. So let's begin. Hello and welcome everybody to another Wednesday with me, Karim from Smrt English, and welcome to another class. Today is Wednesday, the 24th of January 2018. I still have to think about that because I want to say 2017 all the time. So I have to be aware when I say the date. But yes, hello and everybody in the chat. Everybody's here today as usual. Lots of you guys are in the chat, which is always great. I love it when there's a lot of people in the chat. Makes me very happy. So let's give out a quick shout out to everyone. So Wowoo, I don't know how to say your name. I think it's Wowoo. Saltine, hello Saltine. We have Gertrudis, of course. Welcome Gertrudis, and welcome back to the class. Dahlia is here as usual. Hellraiser is back again. Welcome Hellraiser, and thank you for coming. We have Raj. Hello Raj. There you go, Raj. I said your name. Hope you're happy. And Galad. We have Galad. Hello Galad. Davood. Muhammad. Who else do we have? We have Michael Wang. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the class. Very nice to have you. Rosa, of course, is here as usual. Thank you so much, Rosa, for being such a dedicated student to the channel. I love it. Juven is here. And who else do we have? Mustafa is here. Welcome to the class, Mustafa. Dalia. Hello, Dalia. Who else? There's somebody called SWSWAM. So, hello, SWSWAM. Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth. From Mexico. Elizabeth is from Mexico. Hello, Elizabeth, and welcome to the class. Judith, of course, is also here. Hello, Judith. Welcome to the class, and thank you for coming always. Pilar is also here as usual. Jenny is a new person. Welcome to the class, Jenny. Thank you for coming. Who else do we have? We have Carlos. We have Makawi. Oh, Makawi, haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, Makawi. We have Carlos. I think I already said that. Who else do we have? Jacqueline, there you are. I was looking for you, Jacqueline. Welcome to the class. Very nice to have you. Noor is here too. Hello, Noor. And Arij, of course, is here. We also have Jose. Hello, Jose, and welcome to the class. Thank you for coming every single week. Mustafa is here. Ronnie. Hello, Ronnie. I think you're new. I haven't seen your name before, so welcome to the class. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Ghizlan and Mohsin and Summer. There you are, Summer. Hello, Summer, and welcome to the class. There's Faiza. There's a lot of you here today. Mehranoush is also in the class. I don't see Julian anywhere. I don't know where Julian is this week. So, yeah, he might pop in later. And hopefully we will see. Oh, thank you, Hellraiser. I appreciate that very much. Thanks. You guys are the great students. That's why this this class works, because you guys are awesome students. Thank you very, very much. All right. So let's start this. Before we start, I'm just going to very quickly tell you what we are going to be doing, of course. So last week I talked about articles. It was something that a lot of you were talking about and asking about. So we started last week, and I only talked about two articles, a and an, right? And I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I posted a video today on the Facebook group telling you guys that if you haven't watched last week's episode, well, this week is going to be a little difficult. Well, I don't like to use the word difficult, right? Because nothing is really difficult when you practice it, right? And you put some effort into it. But you need to watch last week's lesson, because half of the information about the articles is in last week's lesson, right? So I hope that you guys watch last week's lesson, and because today's lesson is basically a continuation, right? So we are going to continue from last week. Mohammed says, "Say my name." Hello, Mohammed. Everybody loves it when we say their name. It's I don't know, it's strange. Everybody's like, "Say my name, say my name." So hello, Mohammed. I said your name. And then there's another Mohammed with a T. Oh man, same questions that I get asked every day. You know, I'm sure everybody in the chat can probably answer your questions, Mohammed. about where I'm from. So let's see if the rest of you guys remember. So let me do my normal introduction, tell you about things that I need to tell you about, and then we shall begin, right? So you guys know, let me first, let me just go a little bit small here on the side. So what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Oh, I disappeared. Wait, let me come back. Ah, there we go. I'm back. Cool. I love doing this magic stuff using technology. It looks very cool. There's a song called "Say My Name, Say My Name." Yeah, of course. It's a very old song. What was it called? What was the name of the thing that Beyonce was in? Destiny's Child, right? Yeah, they're the ones that sang that song. All right, so let's begin, right? So you guys know this. You're watching me on the awesome Smrt Live or Smrt English channel on YouTube. So please, if you have not done so yet, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and on our videos, and please hit the bell notification, right? Because a lot of you, I notice, you keep asking this question, right? Especially on the Facebook group. Also, a lot of you ask, when is the next class? When is the next class? When is the next class? Right? So subscribe, hit the bell button, and you guys will know, right? Because it tells you on the site, right? And you can set a reminder. You can do whatever it is you want, right? But usually we post when the next classes are going to come up. Ekaphone from Laos. Ooh, from Laos. That's cool. I don't think I've ever had a student from Laos before. So thank you very much for coming, Ekaphone. Welcome to the class. Mohammed is asking, do you like turkey? I don't know if you mean like turkey the bird that we eat or turkey the country. So I don't know what you mean. But I like both. So if it doesn't really matter, I like both of them. I like both turkeys. So yeah, so as I was saying, right, don't forget, please hit us up on the Smrt English channel. Also, because we love you guys so much, we have some extra stuff for you at the bottom, so you can click on any of the things here. But most importantly, click on my face, right? So that's my face. Click on my face, and you'll go to my Smrt English with Karim page, right? So I don't really focus a lot on classes over there. I post very short videos, right? And you can watch them over there, right? Whenever I have time. I know I haven't uploaded a video in a few weeks. I'm very, very sorry. I've been very, very busy. I still am, but I'm starting to manage my schedule now. So hopefully I'll find time to post more videos on Smrt English with Karim, right? But yeah, so Vancouver out and about. I usually show you Vancouver. If I go somewhere interesting or I see something cool that I want to show you guys, I show it to you, and I do phrases with Karim, right? So you can check me out over there. And if you like food, and I hope you do, like all other human beings, you can come and check out my personal channel, which is called Food AF, right? Again, I apologize. I haven't made a video in about a month. I know, right? I filmed it. I don't have time to edit, right? So hopefully I'm gonna post out a new video soon. But until then, I have, I don't know, about 50 videos or something, so you can go and watch me over there, right? So it's not English focused, but I speak in English, so you can practice listening, which is cool. Of course, also our Facebook group, where you will find most of the things that we do. If you don't know about the Facebook group yet, please come and join us. It's a really, really cool group. It's quite large. We have over 24,000 members, and everybody's really nice, right? So people help each other out, and it's really, really, really nice. So it's called Learn English on Facebook with Smrt, right? Learn English on Facebook with Smrt. And yeah, so please come and join us over there. Now, I'm actually extremely excited today to talk to you guys about something new that we did here at Smrt for you guys, because we love you so much. Oh, and by the way, we are very, very close to 100,000 subscribers. We are over 99,000 now. We were 98 last week, and we were 96 the week before. So we are very, very close to 100,000 subscribers. I'll be very excited when we reach 100,000 subscribers. I don't know what should I do yet. Like I feel that it's a special occasion, but I have no plans for it yet. But I'll be very excited. So please, let's do it, you guys. We can do it. Let's reach 100,000 subscribers. Tell your friends. Tell the people that you like, the people that you think are cool. Everybody here saying, I'm subscribed. You guys are awesome. Thank you very, very much. Now, let me tell you about the new thing that we're doing at Smrt for you guys, and hopefully you will be as excited about it as I am. So, First of all, where is it? So this is the Facebook group. So this is what I want to tell you about, right? So come join the conversation on Discord, right? So actually, for the guys that are watching, the video right now, I'll post this in the chat for you guys, so you can have it right now. Wait a second. Is that how we do the link? I think that's how we do the link. I can just copy it from here and give it to you guys, right? But the link looks a little bit different. Anyway, I'll post it in the chat and see if it works or not. I'm not sure. Oh, I can't post it in the chat because the link is longer than How do I share this with you guys? That's very weird. It's strange that I can't copy this link. So let's try it this way. So copy this way. So I'll paste it for you in the chat. You should have a link that you guys can see now. And now, what does this link do and where is it going to take you? Let me show you this awesomeness, this awesome sauce. So Discord. So Discord is a really cool website, and it's an app that you can get on your PC or on your phone. If you have Android or Apple, it doesn't really matter. It works everywhere, right? So what we did is Smrt created a group on Discord. Now, why is this group so cool? Because basically, think of it as an advanced WhatsApp, right? Or an advanced messaging website, right? So basically, you can go to the website. If you click on that link, right, it will take you to the Smrt page, and then you can just join. And as you can see, we already have quite a few people in here. Now, why is this cool? This is cool because we have different channels that we made inside here, and we have some audio channels. So for example, if you guys want to chat and help each other practice using English, you can go to any of the conversation club topics that we have, and all of them are audio, right? So it works from your phone, it works from the PC, it works from your tablet. It's really, really nice. So basically, it's like our own community for you guys, right? You can check out my page, right? So Karim's chat, for example, and I'll post stuff that's related to me or Kent or whoever it is. You guys can chat in here with me. Or you can go to Kent's chat, do the same thing. There's a general chat where we talk about stuff that's happening and that we're going to be doing. And like I said, there's an audio chat, so you can actually talk with somebody, right, and practice English. So I hope to see you guys there, and I hope you enjoy it, right? It's really cool. So yeah, so I hope to see you at Discord. And if you are watching the video later, well, just go to Discord and look for Smrt, right? So look for Smrt, or just join our Facebook group, and we have the link on the main page, right? So you can just click on the link, and it will take you exactly to where you need to go with Discord. And oh, some of you guys saying that is great. Awesome, right? That's what we wanted. We wanted you guys to be happy with this, and we wanted to create something for you guys to be able to use and talk with each other, because we come here every week, and a lot of us and a lot of you know each other. So so yeah, it's a nice place for everybody to sort of hang out, practice the English, and have fun. So please be respectful, right? And use it ethically, please, right? And yeah, it should be a fun experience. So I hope that you guys enjoy that, and hope to see you over there. All right, let us begin, ladies and gentlemen. So last week, let's get this out of the way. Of course, Summer is in the chat. So Summer, a virtual high five to you. A good job, as usual. So week number 7 in a row, Summer is the king of movie quote of the week. So this was last week's movie quote. In this, you will never win. No, but I can lose again and again and again forever. And that makes you my prisoner. So yeah, so that was the movie quote of the week last week, and Summer, lightning speed Summer, of course, got the answer correct. So where's the video, just so that I can show it to you guys, so you guys believe me. What are you guys saying? Summer's giving us high fives, and she's congratulating herself. Yes, yes, yes. I know. I said that it was the 7th week in a row, Summer. I'm counting. So there we go, right? If we sort by the newest first, you guys can see Summer again was first. And of course, this is a quote from so Arij stops making fun of me for all my old movies. This is a quote from Doctor Strange, right? The new Marvel movie starring, what's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch, right? So Doctor Strange, that's a quote from that movie. And if you guys stick around to the end of the lesson today, I'm going to give you the new movie quote of the week for this week. And I'm sorry, Arij, I am going back to my old movies. Because it's a really cool movie today. The one that I'm going to share today is going to be really, really cool. It's one of my favorite movies. So I'm going to be sharing it, but unfortunately, Arij, I'm going to be going a little bit back in time, right? So it's a little bit of an old movie, but it's really, really good. So I'll be sharing that with you guys at the end of the class today. All right, enough wasting time. Let's begin and let's start this week's class. So last week I shared with you guys, right, the A versus what's it called? The A versus an, right? And just in case there are new people in the chat today that were not here last week, I am going to paste the link for you in the chat for the document that I used last week when I was teaching the class, right? So you have the document, you can use it, you can go back to the class last week, watch it, and follow along in the document, right? All right, now let me make this shareable for you. All right, so this is today we're going to be continuing basically last week's class, and we are going to start talking about the, right? So we talked about a and we talked about an. We are going to be talking about the this week. So let me give you guys a copy here. All right, so same as last week, you guys, I'm going to give you the link again for today's document. So it's in the chat right now, so please download it and make a copy for yourself and keep it forever. It's a gift from me to you. so please keep it, and yeah, you can always watch the lesson and follow along and see sort of what happens. Mustafa's asking, how can I find you on Discord? Well, look for Smrt. Just look for Smrt, right? You're not gonna find me specifically, because you're gonna find Smrt, right? And I'm in the Smrt as a moderator or as an administrator. So yeah, so just look for Smrt, or you can click on that link that I put in the chat. So yeah, just look for Smrt, SMRT, of course. All right, so everybody, I think I saw, yep, everybody came in already. Most of you can see the document. Very good. So let's start. Okay. All right, here we go. So let me just open a document for notes and things so that we can explain. All right, so last week we talked about a and we talked about an. And we talked about 8 different uses that we use a and an for. Today we're going to add the to the mix, and we're going to start talking about it. Just before I begin, I just want to very quickly remind everybody, remember our vowel sounds, right? So a sounds like a from the word apple, e sounds like e from the word egg or elephant, I sounds like I, like from the word it, o is a short o, like the word orange, and U, this is the tricky one, right? This is where a lot of people make mistakes, and I told you about this last week. U is not a vowel sound. U is the name of the letter, right? But it's not the vowel sound. So words like university, they don't begin with vowel sounds, right? So whenever you see, whenever you hear, right, U, that's not a vowel sound, because the vowel sound for U is like the word up, right? So please, these things are important and don't forget them. So yeah, so that's just an important thing I want you guys to remember from last week. All right, so let's carry on today now. So we are going to start talking about the. So why did we talk about a and an by themselves last week, and I did not include the, right? Because, see, last week I didn't tell you something. We have a name, actually, for a and an, and we have a name for the, like we call them something, right? So actually, a and an are called indefinite articles, right? We call them indefinite articles. And indefinite very simply means that they are not specific. That means the article doesn't really help to define the noun, right? It doesn't help to make you know exactly which item I'm talking about, right? So they don't define, right? So it's indefinite. So we use a and an when you are talking about something. Remember, we said indefinite means it's not specific, right? So because that's what it means, right? A and an are not specific articles. So when do we use them? If you notice from all the examples last week, well, usually we use them when we are talking about something in general, right? When we talk about something in general, we use the indefinite articles. Now, I want you to make the link between that, because if you understand the link, it should become easier, right? So indefinite, right, means not specific. So if it's not specific, that means it's general, right? So that's why we use them. We use a and an when we are talking about something in general, right? And I'll give you guys some examples, hopefully to make it very clear. What do I mean when I say in general, right? All right, so let's take a look. Example number one. I need a phone. I need a phone. Now, remember, why did I say a phone? Because a is an indefinite article. And in this example, in the sentence that I'm using right now, when I said I need a phone, I don't have a specific phone in my mind. I'm not talking about a very specific phone or model or brand that I know that I want, right? I'm just telling you the general fact or the general idea that I just need a phone, right? Maybe I still didn't think about which phone, right? I still didn't, I didn't do any research, right, to see what are the new models this year, for example, or which one fits my needs or my requirements. I just need a phone, right? Maybe I just broke my phone right now, so I'm like, oh man, I need a phone. And I'm still gonna sit and try to figure out which one specifically. But when I say the sentence, it's non-specific, right? Same thing with the other sentences. Mark wants a bicycle. Mark wants a bicycle. So not a particular bicycle, but again, he just wants a bicycle in general, right? I need iPhone. Is that correct? Well, no, we would also say I need an iPhone, right? I need an iPhone. I need an iPhone. Because we can go into more specifics than that, right? So you could say I need the iPhone 7S, for example, right? So just any iPhone, you would say I need an iPhone. Do you have a driver's license? Again, I'm asking in general, right? Now, I know some people get confused about this because you're saying, but I'm asking him about something specific, right? Well, yes, but and no, right? Because I like to explain it like this. If you are asking, right? So forget the word in general here. And I like to say, if you are asking, right, about the existence of something, then we also use an indefinite article, right? So if you try to ask somebody if something exists, right, then we say, we use the indefinite article, right? So for example, you might ask someone, hey, do you have a dictionary? Do you have a calculator that I can borrow? Do you have an iPad? Do you have an extra iPad, right? So you're asking if something exists, right? So that's the way that I like to explain it, and usually people don't forget it this way, right? So if you're asking about the existence of something, we also use the indefinite article. So what's the use? We use a or an when talking about a thing which is new, right? New means to who? To the listener, right? To the person that you're talking to. To them, they don't know about this thing yet. Or it's unknown, right? So either new information for them, or something that they don't know, or introduced to a listener for the first time. Now, I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about this part, right? So what do I mean by introducing something to a listener for the first time? Very simply, it just means this is the first time you mention this noun, because articles are used for nouns, right? So we're always talking about nouns. So it just means when you introduce a noun to somebody, it just means you're telling this person about this noun for the first time, right? You didn't tell them about this noun before. So for example, I have a car. If I come to you and say, oh, I have a car, by the way, this is the first time that I tell you about the car that I own. So that's why I'm saying I have a car, right? I have a car. Tom is a teacher. The person that you're talking to, right? The listener, to them, this is new information. They did not know that Tom was a teacher before you told them, right? So the car is being introduced, means it's the first time that I'm mentioning something to you, or this is new information to the listener. Or is there a dictionary in your backpack, right? So this is like the one above when I say if you are asking about the existence of something, right? So it's exactly the same thing, asking about the existence of the dictionary, right? Or anything really, right? If you're asking about the existence of anything, we usually use, the indefinite article, which means a or an, right? Indefinite article means a or an. Okay. I hope that that's clear so far. So carrying on. Carlos is saying the same rule when I write. I don't know what you mean. Are you asking a question or are you saying something? Oh, are you asking? Does the rule apply also when you are writing? If that's the question, then yes, it doesn't matter if you're writing. The rule is still the same. Yes, okay, so that was your question. Great. So yeah, yes, it is, Carlos, right? The rule stays the same. It doesn't really change. Okay, let's add a little more information. Similarly, we also use a or an, or we also use the indefinite article to introduce what type of thing we are talking about. So I want to say this in a different way to make it clear for you guys. Basically, if you are going to describe the noun, then we use a or an, right? So if you're going to add any adjectives, right? Think of it that way. If you're going to add any adjectives to a noun, that means if you're not just going to tell me the noun, if you're going to describe it, right? Then you have to also use the indefinite articles. Do you have, is that asking? Yes, Judith, it is, yeah. Do you have an iPad that I can borrow, for example? Yeah, do you have means you are asking about the existence of something. You are correct. So back to this point again, right? I'll repeat it one more time, right? We also use a or an, or the indefinite article, when you are describing something, right? Meaning you are adding adjectives to it, right? So for example, this is an excellent book. This is an excellent book, right? So I didn't just say book, right? I'm trying to describe the book. So that's why we use the indefinite article, right? So this is an excellent book. So describing the kind of noun, right? Adding descriptions to the noun. Okay, Rosa is saying something very good that I'm actually going to explain in a few points, so I don't want to say it before it's time. But yes, you are right, Rosa. Very, very good. Summer, you made a mistake, but you'll figure out why as we go along in the lesson, right? Hopefully you'll know why and you'll tell me later why it was a mistake. All right, so here we go. Do you live in a big house, right? So remember, we're still just giving more examples about this point that I just said, right? When you are adding descriptions, right? When you're describing the noun that you're talking about. Do you live in a big house, right? So big, I'm describing the house. I ate a thick, juicy steak. Same as last week, right? It doesn't matter how many words or how many adjectives you have before the noun, the same rules apply. But because I'm describing the kind of steak in this situation, this is why we use an indefinite article, right? Yes, Dalia says an is used when you are talking about something in general, and the is used when you are talking about something that is specific. Yes. I would say a good book, Mustafa. Yeah, if you're telling somebody that this is a good book, that's what you would say. This is a good book, right? Because you're describing the book. Yes, this is a good book. You should read it. Okay, so carrying on. Remember, and I spent a lot of time on this last week, right? I spent a lot of time talking about this point here. Remember, you cannot use a and an with plural nouns because a and an, they mean the number one, right? So if that's the meaning of a, when you say a, you're actually saying one in a different way. So it makes sense. I can't use it with plural nouns, right? Because I can't say one and then plural. I can't say one dogs, right? It doesn't make sense. So if you remember that rule from last week, you should have no problems. All right. So you remember that, right? We can't use a or an with plural nouns. So, for example, I saw a bears, right? So bears here has an S, so it's plural. It's more than one. So it doesn't make sense to say a because it means, right, what you are actually saying is one. I saw one bears in national. It doesn't make sense, right? So that one is wrong. I saw bears. Yes, that is correct, right? So last week we talked about this. If it's something is plural, then we don't use a or an, right? Okay, so that was use number 9, right? I know it's a little bit, it looks like it's a lot of information, but it's really just the same point, and we're just repeating it, and we're giving different examples, right? So just remember, use number 9, what did we say? A and an, we call them the indefinite article. What does that mean? It means we use them when we are talking about nouns in general, not specific nouns, right? We also added a couple of different points to this rule, right? We said, when you ask about the existence of something, again, we use a or an. When you are introducing a noun, that means it's the first time that you are saying or mentioning this noun to somebody, that we also use it then. Also, what did we say? When we are describing, when you are mentioning a noun to someone, or if they don't know, right? If the person that you're talking to, they don't know the noun that you are about to tell them, right? So, oh, Karim. Hi, Karim. Welcome to the class. Thank you for coming very much. I appreciate it. He was no, Noor, be careful. You cannot say he was a fashionable because there's no noun. Remember, articles are for nouns, right? They're only for nouns. So when you say fashionable is, there's no noun in that sentence. You said he is fashionable. That's it, right? So there's no need for a or an because there's no noun for them, right? So I hope you remember that, right? Always you need a noun to use articles. Okay, let's carry on. Use number 10. Muhammad Nuruddin. Good morning, Karim. Good morning, Muhammad. Thank you for coming to the class. I appreciate it. Welcome. So use number 10. Let's go to use number 10. The. Now, finally, we're going to start talking about the. All right, so the, you should have guessed by now, right? A and an, we call them the indefinite articles. We use them for non-specific things or things in general. Now, the is the opposite, right? So the is actually called the definite article, right? Why? Because it defines a noun. Now, what do I mean by that, by the way? When I say it defines a noun or doesn't define the noun, right? Defines the noun just very simply means it becomes extremely clear in the listener's head what noun are you talking about, right? They 100% know what you mean when you say it to them, right? And we're going to look at examples, right? Things always become easier with examples. So let's go step by step. It's specific. Yes, a lot of you in the chat are saying it's specific. Yes, you are right, Samar. So the is called a definite article. Definite means specific. Use the when talking about. Now, logically, the opposite of what we talked about a and n, right? So now, when do I use the? I use the when I know that this person that I'm talking to, the listener, right? The person who's going to receive your message, I know that they know the noun that I'm talking about, right? It's not something that's new for them. It's not new information. It's not something that's unknown or unclear or confusing to them, right? They know what I'm talking about exactly. I've talked about it before to them, so I know that they know it because I just mentioned it, or I mentioned it before. So same thing, right? The point is they know the noun, right? It doesn't matter how they know, but the point is they know the noun. So let's take a look at an example. Now, the first example says what? It says, I have a cat. And then, continuing the conversation, I'm saying to you, the cat is black. So now think of the rules that we talked about, right? What did I just say? I said, if I'm introducing something to you, right? If this is new information, this is the first time that I'm telling you about this, well, I use the indefinite article. So that's the reason why the first sentence in my conversation, right? We're using a. Why? Because this is the first time that I'm telling you about my cat. I'm actually introducing it to you, right? So you don't know that I have a cat. I never told you, and you never found out from anybody, right? So I'm telling you today, hey, by the way, I have a cat. So first sentence, I'm introducing the cat, right? It's unknown. It's new information for you. So that's why I said the first time, right? So I have a cat. Now I'm going to continue. The cat is black. So what should you understand from this? You should understand that the second time, I didn't use the indefinite article anymore. Why? Because now the cat is not an unknown noun anymore. It's not something new. It's not something that I haven't told you about. I told you. So now when I say the second time, what you should understand is, oh, I'm talking about the same thing now. I'm talking about the cat that I just told you about, right? So I really, really hope that that is clear, you guys. Karim says, I studied at the school that was across the road. Huh? Which here you mean? Like in Vancouver? I didn't know that. I didn't know you were in Vancouver, Karim. The link of the lesson. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you the link for the lesson, Karim. Hold on. There it is. So there you go. The link is in the chat. You should be able to get it now. Duman says, "Am I late for this exam?" No, Duman. There's not an exam. You are late, but you're not gonna miss any points or marks or anything, right? And welcome to the class. Thank you. Hi. Oh, Nahla. Hi, Nahla. Welcome to the class. Very nice to have a new person. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. All right, so let's get back to it. So I hope that the first example is clear, guys, right? So remember, I have a cat. Why? Because it's the first time that I'm telling you about it, right? Now, what's important to remember is only the first time, right? So it's only the very, very, very first time that you say the noun to someone else, right? That we use It doesn't matter how many times I say it after the first time. If I say it 2 more times, 100 more times, 1 million more times, it really doesn't matter. It's only the first time that I use the indefinite article because it's unknown. And after I say it, that's it. It's not unknown anymore, right? So every time I talk about the same noun again, I will always say the, right? So I hope that that is that makes sense to you guys, right? So let's take a look at the other example, right? So it says, there is a book in my backpack. So same thing again, right? This is new information to you, to the listener, right? To the person that I'm saying this to, right? There is a book in my backpack. Okay, now what did I do just now? I introduced the noun, right? So that's it. I introduced it. It's done, right? That first part where it's unknown, I did it. So now, every time I talk about the same book again, I will always say the, right? So the book is very heavy. There is a book in my backpack. The book, that same one that I just talked about, is very heavy, right? So I hope you guys get the meaning of what I'm trying to communicate. What time do we start the live stream? We start at 3 p.m. Vancouver time. Every Wednesday, Nahla, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Vancouver time is my class, right? Kent has another class at a different time. So as I said in the beginning, right, you can find that out from the Smrt YouTube channel, right? You can see when all the classes are going to be. Or in Discord, right? So if you go to Discord, so usually me or Kent or whatever, we post when our next lessons are going to be. Yes, Duman, I'm only talking about articles today, right? So this is a continuation lesson from last week, and I am talking just about articles today. All right, so let's carry on. More examples. Do you know where I left the car keys? Ooh, why did I say the car keys here? There's a very good logical reason, right? Do you know where I left the car keys? Logically, if you understand the first 2 points that I just talked about, right? Well, then logically all this means is I'm not introducing the noun. That means the person that I'm talking to, they already know what I'm talking about. They know which keys I'm talking about, right? So maybe I'm talking to my wife, right? So if I go to my wife, right? So my wife, we live in the same house, right? She knows my things that I own. She knows what I do, all that sort of stuff, right? So if I say to my wife, hey, I'm looking for a car key. That's weird because means this is something that you don't know about, right? So yeah, it's strange. So obviously, because I'm talking to my wife, because I'm talking to a person who I know knows my keys, if I say to her, hey, do you know where the car key is? She automatically knows which car key I'm talking about, right? My car key, right? That she knows. So I hope that is clear, you guys, right? That's why we didn't need to introduce anything here, because the person that I'm talking to, they already know what I'm talking about. So like the explanation here says, right? So the listener already knows which specific car keys you are talking about, right? It's your friend, it's your wife, it's your roommate. It's somebody who knows, right? What car keys you're talking about. Okay, do you own a car? So remember, if I'm asking about the existence of something, hey, does something exist, right? Do you know, do you own a car? Is the car blue? So same thing, don't get confused just because it's a question, right? It doesn't matter, even if it's a question, right? If I'm asking about the existence of something, I will ask it with the indefinite article. If I'm continuing to talk about or ask about the same thing that I asked you in the first question about, well then, same rules apply. Now I have to use the, right? So, do you own a car? And then you would say yes, for example. And I say, ooh, is the car blue? Right? So, the car, the same one that I just was talking about, right? I hope that this is clear. Makawi, uncountable nouns. Yeah, that was last week's lesson, Makawi. I talked about countable, uncountable, all that sort of stuff last week. Rosa has a sentence. There's a beautiful house nearby my house, but some say the house is haunted. Yes, Rosa, that is a brilliant sentence. Very, very good. That's great, actually. Let's put this in front of everybody to show, right? So yeah, Rosa has a very good example. So she says, so this is Rosa's sentence, right? So there we go, very good sentence. Let's take a look at this. There's a beautiful, right? So why did we say the first time, right? So first time we said there's a beautiful house nearby my house. Why? Because Rosa's telling us this information for the first time. For us, the people that she is talking to, the listeners, right? We don't know this. This is new information, right? So she's introducing, right? She's introducing a noun to us. So there's a beautiful house nearby my house. Okay, so Rosa introduced the house. That's it. She did it already, right? She already told us about it once, so now we know the house. So the second time she talked about it, she said the, which is perfect, right? So that's exactly how you use that, right? So you always introduce, the first time you talk about a noun with a or an, depending, of course, on the noun sound. And then every single time you talk about the same noun, again, it doesn't matter how many times, if it's 1,000,000 times, you will always use the, because now it's defined, right? The person knows which noun you're talking about. Recycling the waste from our increased consumption is better than burning it. Yes, that is correct, Karim. Waste in your example is specific. It's not any waste, it's the waste from increased consumption, right? Not any waste, the waste that is the result of increased consumption. Yes, that's specific. Good job. Game Key says, I know these rules. I'm here because I wanted to learn how I can teach English. And you have qualities of a good teacher. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot, Game Key. Thank you, by the way. Buse or Busey. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm very sorry. but thank you very much for the compliment. I appreciate it. I have a cat. The cat is playful. Yes, JB. Oh, JB. JB is here. I didn't see you there, JB. Welcome to the class. Thanks for coming, as usual. But yeah, JB's sentence is also perfect. I have a cat, right? The cat is playful, right? First time you introduce it with an indefinite article, and every time after that, you are going to use the definite article, which is the. Karam says after. Oh, great! I'm very happy that I helped you out, Karam. That's fantastic. I'm glad that you understood the lessons from before. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back. Nobody lives on the moon. Nobody lives on the moon. Now, again, if you think about it, if you understood the first two things I said, everything is just, it's really logic, right? That's why I like to teach articles, right? Because articles, the rules for them are very logical, right? If you know the main rules. Everything else just becomes logic, right? So nobody lives on the moon. Why did we say the moon? Because the moon is something that everybody knows, right? It's unique, and at the same time, everybody knows it, right? It's not something, it's like, I don't think anybody you can't find anybody who's like, what is the moon, right? I've never seen anyone who doesn't know what the moon is, right? Same with the sun, right? Same with the world that we live in, right? The universe. So when you say things that are obvious, that are clearly known to everybody, we use the definite article, right? So nobody lives on the moon. Nobody should look straight at the sun, right? Whatever it is. If it's something that is known by everybody, then it's then it's normal to use the definite article. Nahla says, I have a puppy. The puppy is very active and smart. Yes, Nahla, that's how you use the articles correctly. Very good. I live in a small village. The village is very beautiful. Yes, Pilar, that is perfect. Great. Everybody's getting the A and then followed by the after that. So I'm not worried about you guys, which is great. Okay, carrying on. So now something that you have to realize, right? Something that's very, very important, so you don't mix it up in the future, is there's besides what we talked about so far, one of the main differences for the is, remember we said what? We said a and an are only used, right, in singular nouns. Why? Because a and an mean the number one, right? It equals the number one. So I can't use them with plural. The is special, right? So the doesn't care. The does not really, that rule doesn't apply, right? So what I'm trying to say is the works for singular nouns and the works for plural nouns. This is not part of the reason why you should choose the, right? So the mainly focuses on, is the noun defined or is the noun undefined? Means, is the noun clear? Does the person that you're talking to know the noun, or does the person that you're talking to not know the noun, right? So this is what matters with the. But plural and single doesn't really affect the that much. Okay, so carrying on, right? So for example, I saw the bear in Yellowstone. That's fine. One bear, right? I saw the bear in Yellowstone National Park. Or I saw the bears, right? Plural. Doesn't matter. Both of these sentences are correct, right? It just, what matters is it something that the listener knows or something that the listener does not know? Okay, I hope everybody is okay so far. We're not having any problems. So that was use 9, 10, and 11, right? So just 10. We didn't talk about 11 yet, right? So I'm just gonna very quickly recap, right? So remember, a and an, they're called the indefinite articles. So what does that mean? Indefinite means the listener, the person you're talking to, the reader, whatever it is, right? They don't know this noun. It's the first time that you're telling them about it, right? Maybe you're introducing it. Maybe they just didn't know what the noun is, or it's unknown. Or when you are asking or saying, right, or telling somebody about the existence of something. Another use is if you are describing a noun, right? So for example, an excellent teacher, right? Not just a teacher, an excellent teacher. So if you add adjectives to describe the noun, we also use the indefinite articles. The first time you introduce a noun, we use the indefinite articles, and every time after that you have to use the, right? Because it becomes known, right? After you introduce it, now the people know what you're talking about. Use number 10. We use the to talk about specific things, right? So like we said, I have a cat, the cat is black, and most of you are writing examples that are correct. I attended a lecture last week. The lecture is very, or was very beneficial. Yes, Smrt, that's very good. That's perfect. That's a fine sentence. Okay. Last important thing we talked about, remember the doesn't really matter if you're talking about a singular noun or a plural noun. That's not what matters with the, right? So what matters with the is, like we talked about, right? Does the listener know or not know the noun that you are talking about? Okay, use 11. Mustafa says, I can say, I saw the bear. Can I say, I saw the bear just in the second time, right? What do you mean? Oh, you mean if you already said a bear, you introduced it, and then the second time you have to use the? If that is the question, then yes, but not only the second time, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. It doesn't matter how many times, only the first time, only the introduction, right? And only if the listener doesn't know what you're talking about, right? Yeah, we say a. Okay, use number 11. Let's see what use 11 says. It says, many clauses and phrases make the noun known to the listener, right? So if you guys watched some of Sean's classes, and I think Kent did a couple of classes talking about stuff like that, noun clauses, right? Or sometimes we have phrases that we use, right? Or what we call noun clauses that we use. And usually these phrases, the purpose of the phrase, right? The function, why the phrase is there, is to make the noun clear, right? It's to make you understand what noun you're talking about. So for example, can you give me the book on the table? So this is the noun clause in this sentence, right? So the book on the table. Now, let's notice actually what's happening here, right? So to make things very clear, right? The person that I'm talking to, they don't know the book, right? They have no idea which book I'm talking about, right? This is something new for them. So you guys are probably now confused and thinking, well, then why did you say the? You just told us that if it's new, if it's introduced, if the listener doesn't know it, we should say an. That's true. I did not change the rules, and I'm not trying to trick you. But let's focus actually, what are you saying when you say the book on the table? So imagine this, okay? So imagine we are sitting in, I don't know, we're sitting in the living room, for example, right? Imagine we're sitting in the living room at home, and in another room in the house, I have this book, I have a book, right, on the table. And it's the only book on the table, right? There are no other books on this table, right? So we're sitting in the living room, and let's say, for example, I tell my wife, or I tell my son, or I tell my friend, or I tell whatever it is, right? Hey, can you please go into the room? Can you please go into the kitchen room, or can you please go into the, what's it called? Can you go into the bedroom? Whatever it is, right? It doesn't really matter. Can you please go into blah, blah, blah room and get me the book on the table? So notice here, right? I'm using this phrase, the book on the table, to make something clear for him, right? So I'm using this phrase to define the book. Even though my friend has no idea what book I'm talking about, when I say the book on the table and he walks into the room and looks, there's only one book on the table. So it's very clear, right? I defined it for him, even though he doesn't know the noun, right? So I know this part is a little bit, complicated, but I hope that I'm explaining it in a simple way to understand, right? So we use the in this sentence because the phrase on the table, right, tells the listener which book you are talking about, right? That's the reason why I included this phrase, because I know that I'm going to tell you about something that you don't know. So how do I make it clear for you? I need to add some more descriptions, right? Or words or whatever it is to make it clear, right? So not any book, the book on the table, and there's only one book on the table. So now you know which book I'm talking about, right? So I hope that's clear. Okay, Noor is asking an interesting question. So she's saying, well, what if there are two books on the table? Then what? Well, then you need to explain them better, right? So for example, go into the room and get me the red book that is on the coffee table, right? So maybe there's two books, but I want the red one, right? So that's it. So that's all you do. You have to think about how do you make it clear for the person who's listening to you, right? That's it. So it doesn't really matter if there's more than one book. If you can find a way to define the one that you want or the one that you are talking about, that's it. You defined it. So logically now, since you defined it, that's the reason why we say the, because remember, the is used for definite, right, or defined nouns. Can you lend me the pen on the desk? Yes, Dalia, right? So same thing. If there's a desk in the room and there's only one pen on the desk, right, I'll tell you, hey, can you get me the pen on the desk? Not any pen, this one, the pen on the desk, right? Same thing, if you have more than one pen, hey, can you please get me the red pen on the desk, the blue pen on the desk? Can you get me the pen that says whatever? If you have a pen that has a word on it, for example, right? Can you please get me the pen that says Karim's pen, right? It doesn't matter how you do it, but if you can make it clear, if you can define it, that's it. You defined it. So that's why we use the definite article, which is the. So yeah, I hope that's clear. We'll find out later. So one more time, I'm just going to read the explanation here, right? So we use the in this sentence. Why? Because the phrase on the table tells the listener which book you are talking about, right? You're making it clear for him. We are not talking about other books. We are talking about a specific book that the listener can see or already knows about. Learning to recognize such identifying clauses and phrases will help you use the correctly, right? So for example, did you read the book which I gave you? So again, let's say, for example, I know that you read a lot of books, right? You read a lot of books, and I don't know, maybe I gave you a book last year, right? So it's been a year, and you know, I have no idea if you read the book. It's been a long time since we've talked about it. It will be very strange if I come to you and I say, hey, did you read the book? You're probably going to look at me and say, oh, which one? Which one are you talking about? So did you read the book which I gave you? So now the listener 100% knows which book you're talking about. It's not a random book. It's not any book. It's not a book in general, any book, right? It's specific. You told him not any book, the book which I gave you, or the book that I gave you. Rosa says, or the book I bought this morning, supposing that I've already shown it. Yep, that makes complete sense, Rosa. You're getting it. Very good. Gertrude says, yeah, you just add more information. Exactly, that's it, right? So it depends how you're going to make it clear to them, right? So it's going to be different depending on what you're talking about. But yes, just if you can find a way to define it, to make it clear which noun you're talking about, that's it, then you use the. He didn't like the movie that you suggested. So again, not any movie, no, the movie that you suggested, right? So now you know which movie I'm talking about. Ah, great. You guys are saying that it's clear. Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Did you read the mail that I sent you? Yes, Richard, you are getting it. Oh, Richard. Hi, Richard. I didn't see your name there. Welcome to the class. Thank you for coming. He loved the dessert with chocolate and cherries. He loved the dessert with chocolate and cherries, right? So again, obviously, in this example, the people that are talking and the people that they're talking, and the person that they're talking about, obviously all of you were somewhere where you know the chocolate and the cherry desserts that we're talking about. So maybe it was at a party yesterday, or at a restaurant that all of you went to, or whatever it is, right? And you're having a conversation later. And hey, did John like any of the desserts? And you're like, oh yeah, he liked the dessert with chocolate and cherries, right? the one that you know from the party that we went to, or the one that you know about from the restaurant that we went to, whatever it is, right? It just means that yes, you know what I'm talking about, right? And I'm using with chocolate and cherries to define which dessert. Maybe there was more than one dessert, and I'm telling you that, oh, he liked this one, right? The one with chocolate and cherries. The phone on my desk belongs to Ken. So again, maybe you're sitting at the desk, and or there's a phone on my desk and I'm outside somewhere. Maybe I'm in the cafeteria or whatever, and I meet my colleague and he's like, oh, there was a phone on your desk. Talking about the existence of something, right? A phone. There was a phone on your desk. And you're like, oh yeah, the phone on my desk belongs to Ken. Right? So the phone on my desk belongs to Ken. Not any phone, right? The phone on my desk. So it's clear which phone I am talking about. All right. One more example. Did you know the man who was talking to Leone? Did you know the man who was talking to Leone? Right? And I would say do, right? Do you know the man who was talking to Leone? So again, right? Let's say we are at a meeting, we are at a party, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, right? But during a specific time when all of us were at this place, Leone was standing somewhere and there was somebody talking to her, right? And obviously there's a lot more other people around, right? So I can't just say, hey, do you know the man? Which man? There were 20 men in the meeting, or there were 10 men, or whatever it is. So to make it clear to me, the listener, you're defining it, right? Not any man, the man who was talking to Leone. And you're like, oh yeah, the guy who's wearing the whatever shirt, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's Mark, or yeah, that's John, whatever it is, right? So you're defining it, right? You're making it clear for the listener which man you're talking about, right? Or which noun you're talking about. Now, it's important to be very careful with this, right? So I'll try to make this last part simple, right? If it's not, please tell me, and we'll see. I'll try to figure out how to explain it differently, right? But you have to be careful, right? So why? Because not all clauses and phrases make the noun known to the listener, right? Just because you are going to be, there's going to be some information in there, or you're going to add some information, that doesn't mean that the information you added is going to make it defined, right? Some are just simply descriptive. That's it. Some information is just simply describing the thing, but without making it known to the listener, right? And we'll look at some examples. So they add extra information, but they do not tell the listener which specific thing we are talking about. So, for example, he bought the house. He bought the house with a big backyard. He bought the house with a big backyard. So let's make a situation, right? So you understand how or what's going on. So let's say, for example, yesterday, me and a group of friends, we all went out together to look at some houses, right? So we went to a house that was red, and then we went to another house that was old, and then we went to another house that had a big backyard, right? So me and my friends, we went to those three houses yesterday, right? So we went to a red house, an old house, and a house that has a big backyard. So it's a week later, or it's the next day, or whatever it is, and let's say, for example, two of my friends are talking together, and it's like, hey, did Karim buy any of the houses that we saw that day? And you're like, oh yeah, he bought the house with a big backyard, right? So the person that I'm talking to, he knows, right? We went to this one, and this one, but he doesn't know which one I got, right? So I'm using this sentence to define it, right? He bought the house with a big backyard. So now it's clear. Now, let's look at the other sentence. He bought a house with a big backyard. Now, you're not talking about one of the specific houses that we went to, right? The second sentence means what? It means that the listener has no idea which specific house Karim bought. You're just telling him that he bought a house, any house, and this house that Karim bought has a big backyard, right? So there's a difference between the first and the second sentence, and I hope you guys can see that, right? I hope that you can see that they're not the same thing, right? You're not saying the same thing. Julio says, what are you saying? Can I say he bought the house which? He bought the house which? It depends on the rest of your sentence, Julio, but yes. But yeah, you can. Dalia says, oh, she doesn't get this point. All right, let's all right, let's try to explain it again a bit slower, right? So, first sentence, he bought the house with a big backyard, right? So, one more time. Let's say me and let's say there's me and I have two friends, right? I have John and Mark, right? So me, John, and Mark. We go out today because I want to buy a house. So I tell John and Mark, hey, John and Mark, I'm thinking of buying a house and there's a few houses that I like. Why don't you come with me because I want your opinion, right? I want your opinion. So me, John, and Mark, or John, Mark, and I, we go out and we look at three houses, right? We see a house that we look at a red house. We also look at an old house. And, excuse me. And we look at a house that has a big backyard, right? So a big garden at the back, right? So remember, right? We went out, my friends and I, we all went out, me, John, and Mark. We looked at, a red house, we looked at an old house, and we also looked at a house that has a big backyard, right? Okay, now, the day is over. Day's finished, right? We go home, I go home, Mark goes home, John goes home. The next day, John and Mark, or 1 week later, right? John doesn't know what did I do, right? He has no idea. But Mark knows. I told Mark what I did, right? So John is asking Mark, hey, did Karim buy any of the houses that we saw last week? And then Mark tells John, oh yeah, he bought the house with a big backyard. From the three houses that we looked at, you're telling me, oh, Karim bought which one? This one, right? You're being specific. You're defining which house Karim bought, the one with the big backyard. Okay? Okay. Now, let's take a look at the second example. He bought a house with a big backyard. So, let's do the same situation, right? So, again, Mark, John, and myself, we went out. We looked at a few houses. And let's change the information a little bit, right? So same thing. We saw a red house. We saw an old house. And we saw a house that has not a big backyard, a house that has a pool. Okay? Now, same thing. Imagine 1 week later, John has no idea, what did I do? Did I buy a house? Did I not buy a house? Did I buy a house from those houses that we looked at or not, right? But Mark knows. But the difference here is I did not buy any of these houses, right? So I bought another house that John doesn't know about because we did not go together to look at it, right? So now Mark answers him, oh no, he did not buy a red house. He did not buy he did not buy the red house, which we looked at. He did not buy the old house, which we looked at. He did not buy the house that has a pool, which we looked at. He bought something new that you don't know. He bought a house with a big backyard. So it's not defined here. It's just information. It's just description for the noun, but it doesn't help you know which noun I'm talking about. I hope that is clear, Delia. If not, just try to rewatch the lesson, right? Oh, Julian made it. Yo, Julian! You made it to the class. Welcome. Thanks for coming. And yes, summer is here. Ooh, the competition is on. Julian and Summer are are my reigning competitive champions in the movie quote of the week, right? So Julian used to be the winner most of the time, and then Summer has been crushing it for 7 weeks in a row. So let's see what's gonna happen today. Okay, so that actually is the last point, right? So I hope you guys got most of the stuff that we did here today. And to check, why don't we? Ooh, who's this? Anonymous Jackalope. Anonymous. That's weird. You guys are not supposed to be able to type in this. How are you typing? Interesting. I have no idea how you guys are typing. But yeah, guess. Oh, Summer is saying, I hope you're ready for number 8, Julian. Summer is already starting her fighting gloves. They're on. Rose is saying, he bought me the ring with diamonds. I wish it was true. between parentheses, I wish it was true. Oh, you made me laugh, Rosa. If I'm telling this to someone that already knew about it. Yes, if you're telling it to somebody who already knows about many of the different types of rings that you were expecting or that you looked at or whatever, and you're telling them, oh, he bought this one from the ones that we know, yeah. Your sentence is fine. What about a couple of something? What do you mean, Arij? Give me an example so I can help you better. Try to give me an example. Judith says if something is ambiguous, then we use a or an, and we use the if something is specific. Yes, that is correct, Judith. I think for the situation number 1, we must say he bought the house with the. He bought the house with the big backyard because there's one. Yeah, you're right. What did we say? Actually, both will work. Both will work because here it's still defined. If you look at it, the house with a big backyard. It's here is not it's not damaging the meaning in any sense because the house with the big backyard, right? So it's still the same meaning. But you are not wrong. You are not wrong. Who was it? Who said this? Hassanaya. Yeah, you're not wrong, Hassanaya. But here the doesn't damage the meaning, so that's why we can say right? So Hassanaya is saying that we can also say the here, right? And she's correct. You can say the. Arij says a couple of hours. Well, there you go, Arij. That's exactly how you should say it. A couple of hours, right? Yeah, a couple of months, a couple of hours. Yeah, that's how we say it, right? With couple, that's how we usually say it, right? A couple, a couple, a couple. Because don't get confused, right? Yes, couple means two, but the couple is one thing. So one couple has two inside of it, right? So one couple, right? The word couple itself is singular, right? So be careful. You explain. Oh, thank you, GameK. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very, very much. I didn't. Let's see what you're saying, Dahlia. I didn't. I think you're talking in the past tense, right? So I didn't. Be careful. I didn't buy the red dress that you saw yesterday, but I bought. Okay. Let's take Dahlia's sentence and let's talk about it a little bit, right? So this is good. We can use this to hopefully make things a bit clear. Let me just copy it. All right. So let's check out what Dahlia is saying, right? So Dahlia says, let's just fix the grammar, right? Let's fix the grammar first before we start talking about the article explanation. So I didn't, right? I didn't. So past tense, I didn't buy the red dress that you saw yesterday, right? That you saw, because you already defined the dress. You talked about the dress. You don't have to say it again, right? So I didn't buy the red dress that you saw yesterday, but I bought a blue one. Now, why did I want to talk about why did I want to talk about this this sentence? Because actually, look at what we can do here, right? So we can have two different things. So I'm going to write the sentence again, but with the, right? Okay. Now, if you get this explanation, hopefully this will make it clear, right? So pay attention, and let's check this out. All right, I didn't buy the dress that you saw yesterday. So I'm imagining, or I'm assuming that Dalia, you mean you and your friend yesterday, both of you, right? You went out and you looked at some dresses and stuff like that, right? So this is the next day now, and you're talking with your friend, and you're saying, oh, excuse me, sorry. And you're saying, I didn't buy the red dress that you saw yesterday. So that's perfect, right? Because she knows which dress you're talking about, the one that she saw yesterday, right? And you're defining it for her, right? You're telling her the one that you saw yesterday. So you're defining the dress. You're making it very clear for her which one you're talking about. So I didn't buy the red dress that you saw yesterday, but I bought a blue one. Now, can somebody please tell me what is the meaning of the second sentence in our first example, right? So in example A, what do you guys think the meaning is for the second part of the sentence, right? So the first part we know already, right? Yes, she's talking about a dress that her friend knows, right? So she's telling her, no, I didn't buy the red dress that you know. What does the second meaning mean? So come on, what are you guys gonna say? Dun 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 dun. But I bought it. Come on, you guys. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Who's going to tell me? Ah, there you go. See, I wanted people to. Yes, there. Yes, Summer gets it. Very good. That's not exactly correct, Rosa. But please, you will understand this now, right? So let's get the differences between these two examples, and it will be clear. Yes. What this very simply means in the first example, it means I bought, right? So I'll just write it between parentheses here, right? So the second part means what? It means I bought a blue dress that you did not see, right? Or know about. So, for example, let's say me and my, again, right? So Dalia and her friend yesterday, they went out, they looked at a red dress, a green dress, a purple dress, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But during the time that they were out, Dalia's friend went home, but Dalia stayed. So Dalia continued, right? And Dalia looked at some other dresses that her friend doesn't know about because her friend left, right? She went home before Dalia did. So in the first sentence, that's the situation. Dalia is like, oh no, I didn't buy the red dress that you saw. I bought a blue one. So here, what you are communicating to your friend is, I bought a dress that you didn't see yesterday. I bought something new that you didn't see, right? So it really depends. Is this what happened? Then you can say But if you went with your friend, if Dalia and her friend yesterday, both of them, they went out and they saw a red dress, and they also saw a blue dress. Both of them saw both dresses, right? So it's a different situation. Her friend did not leave and she continued to look at new things. No, both of them saw everything together, right? So that's what the second one means. The second one means I bought the blue one that you also saw with me, the one that you know about, right? So I hope this example clears it up, and thank you for the example, Dalia, right? So this was actually a good example so that we can sort of show the differences. Yes, Arij, right? In the second one, you're not wrong, Rosa, right? See, that's what I mean. The whole point of why I wanted to explain this, it's because you can say a blue one, and you can also say the blue one. What matters is, does your friend know or do they not know the noun that you are talking about, right? So in the first example, it's just like the scenario that I said, right? Your friend left home early, you continued shopping, and you saw some new things that your friend doesn't know about. And you bought one of the new things that she doesn't know about. So that's why we said because it's something that she didn't see. She left. In the second one, the situation was different. Her friend didn't leave and Dalia continued shopping. No, both of them shopped together and both of them went home together, right? So in the second one, I bought the blue one that you saw, the one that you also know, right? Not a new dress that you don't know. I hope that's clear. I hope that is clear. So that's pretty much it. So I'll tell you what. Why don't we? Let's do an exercise. Let's see, which exercise should we do? Boom, 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 boom. I want to pick an exercise for you guys that is Where is it? I'm looking for a specific exercise that I think will be a good. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Where is it? It's somewhere over here. Perfectly clear. Oh, great. I'm happy Rosa got it. Yes. Everything is clear. Oh, great, fantastic. My job is done. I'm happy. All right, everybody gets it. That's the point, right? This is what teachers hope for. All we hope for is that you guys understand what we are trying to communicate. That's great. I don't want to mix stuff, Muhammad. I'm sorry, right? It's not that I don't want to answer your questions. I don't like to mix things inside the lesson too much, right? But yes, into and onto are not the same. They're different. You can go check out some prepositions, or you can join the Facebook group, or you can comment on the video, or you can join our Discord group, and we will be very happy to answer your questions, right? It's just that I don't like mixing lessons in the stream, right? So I like to keep everything about what we're doing. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying not to answer your question, but yeah, if you have any questions about articles, I'll answer all of them, right? So let's keep things relatable to the lesson, please. I couldn't find Smrt on the Discord. I need an invitation or Discord tag. Boom, 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 boom. You need the Discord tag. So how do we do this? Actually, I'm still trying to figure out also and learn how to use this place. I have no idea. I seriously have no idea how to send you. But yeah, we're called Smrt, aren't we? We're called Smrt on Discord. So if you click on Smrt, it just says SMRT. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is, Muhammad. I don't know. Invite people. Share this link with others to grant access to the server. Oh, okay, that's cool. Set this link to never expire. Oh, that might be useful. I think it's creating the link. We'll see if this. We'll see. Okay, let it do its thing, and let me just go back to the questions here. I'm trying to find a very specific exercise because I know that it's good and it's going to help you guys. I think it's this one. Yes. I think it's this one. Oh, you guys are welcome. We are in the same boat, Karim, because I sign up, but I don't know how to use. Yes. Oh man. Oh yes, that's it. This is the exercise that I wanted. All right. You guys wanna do an exercise? What happened? Nothing's going on here. What's going on here? I don't know. Richard. Oh, Richard. There we go. Oh, Richard. Richard found us. There you go, Richard. Hi. But we're already talking, Richard, so there's no point in us chatting right now. But yeah, so Richard found us. I don't know why this didn't work. I said invite people, and it's not doing anything. Not sure what's the problem with that. Yes, yes, yeah. What are you guys saying yes to? The exercise? You guys want to do an exercise? I think we have time to do an exercise. I don't mind making the lesson extra long today because me being a bird brain, this is a slang word which means my mind is right. I don't focus when I need to. I left today in the morning and I forgot my keys at home. Luckily though, I left before my wife did, so my wife, that's how I found out. I wouldn't have found out that I forgot my keys, but I got a message from my wife saying that you forgot your keys, so I have to wait until she finishes work to be able to get in the house. All right, so I think you guys want to do an exercise. All right, so I'll share this with you. So share, advanced, what is it? What is it? Anyone with Canadian, no, then you guys will not be able to open it. There we go. Anyone with the link, save, copy, done. All right, I'm gonna put the link for this exercise in the chat for you guys. If you want to download it, please do so. You are very welcome to do that. And let's go through this together. So scientists. All right, so just so we don't take a lot of time, right? So we don't waste a lot of time, and also so I don't get confused, what are you trying to answer and all that sort of stuff. Let's go section by section, right? So let's first start from scientists, right? So scientists. So this is the first piece of news, right? So this news lady or news anchor is trying to tell us some news. So this is one, and this is another one, right? So let's do the first one from scientist to moon, and then I want you guys to do the second one, right, until car, right? So I'll give you a few moments. So Rosa says, sorry for you, Karim, but happy for me because you're still here with us. actually, I don't mind staying here. And honestly, my classes are never 1 hour, right? Like they're supposed to be 1 hour. The smart guys told me to make them 1 hour. But I don't know. They're never 1 hour. And I gave up a long time ago trying to make it under an hour, right? I just do the class. When it's finished, it's finished. So yeah. So I'll say it again, right? So the first one, guys, scientists have discovered until the moon, and then from here until here, right? So I think the easiest way to do this is for you guys to like answer here, and after you finish answering, just copy everything and paste it in the chat, right? So I'll get out of your face, and I'll give you guys 2 minutes, right? I don't think you need more than 2 minutes for this. It's pretty easy. So I'll disappear first like this. Pow! I'm out. And I'm gonna start some music and mute myself, and I'll let you be for 2 minutes. Okay. All right. I think most of your answers are coming in right now. Some people actually, let's see. Some of you are still answering, I think. Yeah, yep. So let's see what you guys did. But I think most of you are doing okay. 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 All right. All right, so let's go through the answers, right? And let's see what you guys did. So, scientists have discovered a new planet, right? So, the answer in the first one here is So, obviously, why? Because they're introducing this to the listener, right? This is new information that's being shared with the people, right? It's a new planet, right? Nobody knows about this, right? So they're introducing, right, this to us, or they're telling us about this new piece of information that we have or we, the listeners, we don't know about it. So yes, scientists have discovered a new planet orbiting, and honestly, there's another reason, right? So first of all, yes, it's new information, but at the same time, you are describing, right, the planet. So scientists have discovered a new planet. What is this? Why do we have, I don't want that. Scientists have discovered a new planet orbiting the sun, right? So the sun should be easy. Everybody, ooh, do you have sound? Yeah, my sound is on. You guys can hear me, right? Everybody else can hear me? Gertrude is having a sound problem, I think. You guys can hear me, right? Can somebody say yes if you hear me in the chat, please? Yes. All right. So Gertrudis, I think you just need to refresh. Let me just tell her that because she can't hear me. So Gertrudis, you need to refresh. All right. So just refresh, and hopefully everything is going to be fine. Right? So scientists have discovered a new planet orbiting the sun. Right? So the sun, we talked about this in the lesson today. Right? Anything like the sun, the moon, the planet, the world, whatever it is, right? Something that everybody knows is very, very clear, right? It's not a mystery. So, the sun. Now, most of you, I think, or all of you even, said, so the planet is slightly larger than, and then the moon is exactly the same as the sun, right? There's same thing, really. So as the moon, right? And of course, they shouldn't be capital. All of these should be small t's, right? So now, why did I say the planet now? Because of the rule that we were talking about today, right? And one of the first rules that we talked about. I already introduced the planet before, right? So and I did it correctly. So you guys did that correctly, right? You introduced the first time you talked about the planet because you introduced it to the listener, right? All of you said a planet. Great. But remember, that's it. You did it. You introduced the noun. You don't have to introduce it anymore, right? To the same listeners, obviously, right? To the same people that you're speaking to. So that's it. It doesn't matter how many times now you talk about the planet. Every single time you do, after you introduced it, you have to say the. So scientists have discovered a new planet orbiting the sun. The planet, the same planet that I just talked about, is slightly larger than the moon. And that's it. So good job, everyone. You guys did great. Now this is the one that I actually wanted to talk about because here, right? So there are some things that are interesting. So let's take a look at this, right? So most of you for this said what? Yes, right? So you start with a car. A car crashed, right? So again, you're introducing the car, right? I have no idea which car you're talking about, right? And it's not exactly specific, right? If you tell me, hey, a car crashed into a tree, okay, which car and which tree? I don't know, right? So a car crashed because you're introducing the noun, right? This is new information. I have no idea what car crashed into. Same thing, a tree. I don't know which tree, right? This is new information that you are telling me, right? So a car crashed into a tree this morning. Now this is the part that I wanted to see who's going to fall into the trap. So the correct answer for this is the driver, right? The driver was killed. The driver was killed. Now, if you are confused, you're probably confused because you're asking to yourself why the driver is, this is new information. Well, let's think logically, right? What did I just say? What was the first sentence that I started this piece of news with? I said what? I said a car crashed into a tree. Okay, let's think about cars. How many drivers are in a car? Just one, right? Any car in the world, right? Well, at least until now, right? So far, until 2018, if you're watching this in the future in 2050 or something, I don't know what you guys have now, but we have cars in 2018 and they still only have one driver, right? So a car only has one driver. Well, okay, now I just introduced a car, right? So imagine this is a car, right? It's not a very impressive looking car, but imagine it's a car, right? So I just told you, right? A car crashed into a tree. So I introduced the noun. Now you know the noun car. Okay. Now I want to continue talking about the same car. So I'm going to say what? The driver of what? Of this car that I just told you about. So I'm not talking about a random driver. I'm not talking about a new person, right? That is a stranger or a new person in the story. No, I'm talking about the guy who's driving the car that I just told you about, the car that I just mentioned. And by logic, because the car only has one driver, so it makes sense for me to say the driver. The driver of what? The driver of the car, right? Was killed. And what do you guys say for passenger? What do you think the answer for passenger is going to be? If you use the same logic that I was talking about, yes, Hassaneya got it, right? So it's a passenger was seriously injured. And again, it's just logic. This is all logic, right? So a car has one driver, that's true. But can a car only have one passenger? No, right? Most cars, right? Unless you specify that you're driving, I don't know, maybe a supercar that has only 2 seats or whatever, right? But she didn't say that here. She just said a car, so it can be a normal car. Yes, right? Because there we go. So Hassaneya is saying a passenger because there's many passengers on this, not on the street, in the car. Passenger means a person who's riding with you in a car, Hassaneya, right? So that's why we say because if it's a normal car, well then you can have 4 passengers, right? Or 5 passengers besides the driver, right? But only one driver. So because I don't know what was she didn't tell us how many passengers were in the car. I have no idea. So it makes more sense to say a passenger was seriously injured, right? A passenger, because we don't know how many passengers are in the car. So a passenger, right? New information. Was seriously injured when the tree. Why the tree? Because it's the same tree that I introduced in my first sentence, right? I introduced it already. That's it. I only have to introduce it once. Every other time I talk about the same tree, I will say the, right? So a car crashed into a tree this morning. The driver because the car only has one driver, so it makes sense for you to, or it makes sense for me to say the driver and assume that you will understand that I'm talking about the driver of the car that I just talked about, right? So the driver was killed and a passenger. The reason why we said a passenger is because passenger is not like the driver. You can have more than one passenger and it's not defined here. She did not tell me if there was only one passenger, then she can say the yes, but I don't know, right? So a passenger was seriously injured when the tree, the same tree that we talked about, fell onto the car, all right? The same car that we've been talking about since the beginning of the sentence. And that's it. If you guys understand this, right, I really wanted to focus on this second paragraph here, right? If you understand the second paragraph, the rest of this should be pretty much simple for you, right? It's the same kind of logic, right? You just have to think about something, right? So for example, I'll do this one with you, right? So just because I'm starting to run out of time and I have to start leaving and wrapping up soon, right? So I'll do this one with you, right? So the president of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is not a real country. It's just for the purposes of this exercise, right? But let's imagine Zimbabwe is a real country. So usually, right, when you say that the president of Zimbabwe, that's it. You defined it, right? It's clear. It's only him. There's only one president that runs the country and nobody else, right? There's only one president. So not any president of Zimbabwe. No, the president, the one and only, right? So the president of Zimbabwe announced that a large bomb exploded. So a large bomb, right? What am I doing? I am describing the noun, right? A large bomb, right? Exploded in the capital city. Now, again, why did I say the capital? Because there's only one, any country in the world has one capital city only, right? That's it. So if I say the capital city, you can't say, oh, which one? That doesn't make sense because it's only one, right? So where did we go? Oh, a large bomb exploded in the capital city. Okay, now I'm going to say the bomb because it's the same bomb that I was talking about, right? So I already introduced it. Now I'm just talking about it again, right? So the bomb, the same bomb, was planted on a bus. A bus. I don't know which bus. There's hundreds of buses, right? They did not tell me. So a bus, any bus. It's not important, right? I don't know which bus you're talking about. Now, similar to the last example, the driver. Why? Because again, in 2018, buses are driven by one human being, right? So don't make fun of us, you future people. So yeah, so the driver, there's only one driver for the bus, so the driver was killed along with. Now, this point here, sometimes me and my students, we argue. I like to say with a passenger sitting near him, because I don't know how many passengers can sit near, like for example, here in Vancouver, the bus driver, behind the bus driver, there's usually some space, and then all the seats just start suddenly, right? So there's more than one passenger that's near the bus driver, right? If you want to describe where they're sitting in the bus. So I would say a passenger sitting near him, right? Because again, it's not clear how many passengers were on and which position they are in. But that's what I would say, right? So a passenger sitting near him. And that's it. So hopefully that makes sense. And pretty much that's it. If you guys really get those two things I talked about, the rest of the exercise is pretty much the same, right? So just, I wanted you to notice the logic, right, of the things that we talk about. Why do we say the driver when we talk about the car that I already introduced? Because it makes sense that it's only one, right? It can't be more than one driver. And that's pretty much it. So we are finished for this week. So good job, everyone. You guys were fantastic as usual. And yeah, you did great. I'm pleased with today's class. Very good. So let's wrap up, right? So let's wrap up, and I'll give you guys the movie quote, and then I will fly away and wait for my wife to let me in the house because I forgot my keys. So yeah. All right, so here we go. Where are we? What is this? This is for notes, so I don't need that anymore. This is the explanation with it today. All of you already have it, so that's done. Don't need that. I gave you the high five. Oh, didn't I? I didn't do the high five? I was thinking that I did, so maybe I did it in my head. Anyway, your virtual high five, everybody, for doing a fantastic job today. So, cheers for you. Thank you, Summer, for reminding me. But that's weird. I really imagined myself saying it in my head. I was shocked by the question. It's amazing what our brains can trick us into believing. Okay, so let me wrap up. Remember, you guys, please, 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 we would appreciate it extremely if you guys subscribe to our Smrt channel, right? We are there, you guys. We are so close, right? So we passed 99,000 subscribers sometime last week, and it is great. And hold on, I dropped something. And all right, and yeah, so we're very, very close, right? I'm super excited to reach 100,000 subscribers, and I really, 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 really want to get there. So let's do this, right? Tell your friends, tell the people that you like, tell the people that you think are cool, and tell them to come and join the Smrt family. So Smrt English, please subscribe if you have not done so yet, and please hit the bell button if you have not done so yet. You will always get to know when our next classes are going to be, either me or Kent, and hopefully any other teacher that we add to the Smrt family. And how about saying, Rosa has a very good observation. Rosa says, how about saying the passenger who was sitting near the driver? Yes, Rosa, that's a good way to define it. Yes, that works, right? Because you defined it now. Now it's clear for me. It doesn't matter even if there was 3 passengers. I know which one you're talking about, right? So that's a very good one. Yes, 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 yes. Noor, what do you mean, Noor? Oh, do you mean is the length of my class longer, or did I make it longer, or if you're asking did I make it longer, I didn't make it longer. So technically, Smrt asked me to do a 1 hour class every week, but I just do the class. Really, I honestly, I don't look at the time. I sit here, I do the class. When I feel that I got my point across, I end it. So it should be an hour, but it never is, right? So I'm sorry that I can't keep it under an hour, but Noor says it used to be 1 hour. Not my class. My class was never 1 hour, right? I've never managed to actually get it down to an hour. But yeah, so it's not an hour really. I just sit, do the class, try to have fun, try to really get the point that I'm trying to teach you guys across. And when I feel that I did that, that's when I end the class, right, or wrap it up. So yeah, sorry about that. But they should be an hour. I can't do it. I can't do it. So forgive me. Kent's classes are 1 hour though. So Kent has a nice time management skill that he maintains. So Kent usually keeps it for about an hour 15 minutes. My classes never are never an hour. So that's just the way that it is. All right, so please, right, like I said, you guys, please subscribe to us on the Smrt channel. Let us hit 100,000 subscribers. Don't forget also, you can find my personal channel, which I lost. There it is, right? So Smrt English with Karim, right? So SMRT English with Karim. This is, it's part of Smrt, but it's a separate channel that you can also subscribe to. So please do that. I try to post some videos up there, right? So, you know, videos of me walking around, whatever it is. If I see something interesting or cool or funny, I put some phrases and things like that so we can have a chat and talk about them. And yeah, so come and subscribe to me over there too. Then, moving away from academics and English and studying and all that sort of stuff, I have a personal channel which is called Food AF, and I just have fun there. I cook stuff, right? So I cook food, I talk about food, and sometimes I talk about technology and nerdy things that I personally enjoy very much. And yeah, so I would love it if you guys come and join my food tribe as well, right? So Food AF, just type that, and it's the first thing that comes on YouTube, and this is the logo, right? So you can easily remember it. And so yeah, I'll be very happy if you guys join me also on the channel over there. And yeah, I'd appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my food channel too. Facebook, learn English on Facebook with Smrt. So usually I also try every week to always, you know, post reminding you guys that, hey, my lesson is coming up, or any information that we do. But besides that, it's also a fantastic group, right? So more than 24,000 people now. Everybody's really cool. People help each other out. And because of what we kept seeing in this group, this is the reason actually why we started the Discord, right? So, oh my God, it's still trying to create the link. Can you believe that? All right, I'll do that sometime later. I'll see what the problem with that is later. But yeah, so go to Discord, right? So Discord, D-I-S-C-O-R-D, right? So Discord, and just look for the Smrt, right? So SMRT, look for Smrt. This is really, really cool. I love what Julian and Jeremy and the guys at Smrt did. So they created this, and basically it's a place where we all can go chat with each other. And then there's audio stuff. So we have different chat rooms. You can go in here and chat using your voice with all the other friends and the other people that come to the classes and everything. We have different topics, so you can go in this and talk about general stuff. We have, if you want to talk about news. Oh, Carlos just entered the general stuff chat. Daily routine, travel, technology, family, whatever it is, right? And yeah, so we'll be doing this from now on, and hopefully it grows to be something really, really cool. And yeah, and I hope it becomes pretty good for everyone. So please come and join us at Discord. Just look for Smrt, or look, my name on Discord is Karim Smrt, so Karim SMRT, or yeah, or any of us. Is there a way to practice English for free? I literally just said that. What's your name? Tata Group ML, Tata Channel. That's a very long name. But yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? So you can practice English for free right here, right? So you can go to our Smrt page on Discord, and that's exactly what you were asking for, right? So you can practice English for free. And you can also do that here, right, on the Facebook group. But I think this will be much better than the Facebook, right? Because this is an actual chatting app, right? either through text or through voice, right? So you can talk with people. So it's pretty good. And that's it. Hope to see you guys over there. All right, my competitive students. So Summer and Julian, you guys ready? Here we go. Oh, great, awesome. All of you are saying that yeah, it is. I think it's a really cool idea. I was very happy when I found out that that they were planning this and doing it. So and it's pretty cool because you can have it on your phone too, right? So I downloaded. Where is it? Let me show it to you guys. So I downloaded the Discord app here, right, on my phone. I don't know if you can see my phone on the screen. I'm not sure. But so yeah, so you have it with you wherever it is you go, right? So you can follow up on your chats. You can use your phone built-in mic to chat with someone through your headphones if you want, or through the phone, or whatever it is. So so yeah, it's really cool. So I really recommend that you get it. It's pretty nice. I look forward to seeing what's going to happen on the Discord page. All right. So let's. All right. Summer says she's so ready. Where's Julian? Summer, I don't see Julian. I haven't seen Julian in about 5 minutes now. Karim, can you recommend any channels for English speaking? Yeah, Smrt. Smrt. That's what we do here. You should only go to Smrt. We're the best. But no, seriously, I'm not very clear. I'm not very clear. What do you mean channels for English? Like, what do you mean? Like places where you can go and talk with somebody? Like I said, then yeah, this. If that's what you mean. Oh, thank you, Judith. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. Thanks a lot. You don't have to, you know that, right? You don't have to, but if you want to, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the coffee, Judith. Just talking. Yeah, if it's just talking, Duman, then like I said, right? Yeah, that's the perfect place for this right now, right? You can go to Discord, and there it is. Just get your friends to go in there, make some friends. We have a lot of awesome people. You guys are fantastic, right? So get to know each other, become friends. Let's make groups and let's talk and let's have fun. So yeah, why not? I have a number on. You have a number under your name, Karim, on Discord. Maybe that works. Where is the number? I don't see the number. Where's the number under my name? Oh, number 3025. Karim Smrt, number 3025. I honestly have no idea what this number is. Like I said, I honestly don't use Discord personally that much, so I'm just starting to get a hang of this. Anyway, here's my name and number that you told me about, so I'll put it in the chat. You guys can see it. So yeah, Karim Smrt, hashtag or number 3025. How to download the app? Well, on your phone, you'll find it in the App Store. And on, oh, Julian is back. Summer, Julian is back, Summer. All right. Yeah, or through the browser. If you go to the browser, there's the button right there, actually. It says download apps. So open Discord after you make a name for yourself and you register and everything. Just click on downloads. And there it is, right? So if you can get it for PC, for Mac OS, Linux, if you use it, Apple, iOS, and Android, right? So it's very simple to get, right? Just log in Discord, and it's right there on the left. Yes, it is movie quote time. Let's do it. And Rashid, welcome to the class, and I'm happy that you are here too. Thank you very much. Oh, Julian is shots fired at Summer. He's saying time to lose, Summer. Ooh, Julian. You should not dig a hole, right, for yourself. All right, so let's start. All right, here we go. Movie quote of the week this week. And by the way, because you guys do this every week, right? You're so fast with the way that you type and everything. You know what I'm going to do this week? I'm not going to show you the movie quote when I'm reading it. Ha ha. I'll put it on the screen right at the end, but I'm not going to show it to you while I am saying it, right? Because yeah, I'm starting to become smarter with what you guys are doing here. So, so Julian's not too happy about that. All right, so here we go. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. So, so this, you guys can see me, right? You can all see me. I think you can all see me. Wait. Yeah. All right. Okay, so this movie is awesome. I love this movie so much, just so much, and this is a scene where where somebody, basically there are two people standing in a store, right? Somebody comes in, and that person says something, and one of the people that works in the store is going to answer, right? And basically this is the quote, right? So the guy, the customer, right? The customer comes in and he says, "Cute cat, what's its name?" And the store clerk answers, "Annoying customer." I love that part. It's so cool in the movie. I find it funny. So anyway, right? So one more time, right? The customer comes in and he's talking to them. He's like, "Oh, cute cat, what's its name?" "Annoying customer." And that is the quote, right? Very easy quote. Movie super cool. I hope you guys find it. And that's pretty much it, right? So there it is. You can take a look at it very quickly. Cute cat, what its name? Annoying customer. All right, and that's it. So that's the movie quote for the week. I think now I can go big. So wait a second. How do I do that? Oh yeah, like this. Yeah. All right. So so thank you guys. I enjoyed my class as usual. Every Wednesday is an awesome day for me now because of you guys, and I thank you very, very much for that. So thank you all for your time. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget, right, subscribe and hit us up on all the channels, my channel, all that sort of stuff, Food AF. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday at the same time, right? So same time, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Vancouver time. And that's pretty much it. So until I see you guys, good morning, good evening, and a good night.